What if I told you that the excruciating leg cramps waking you up at night could be eliminated without a single pill? Imagine this. It's 3 a.m., and for the first time in months, you're sleeping peacefully through the night. No jolting awake in agony. No hobbling to the bathroom for pain relief. Just blissful, uninterrupted sleep. Sounds impossible? It's not. The solution isn't hiding in your medicine cabinet. It's sitting right in your kitchen. Hey there, I'm Dr. Sarah with Health 365, and today I'm revealing something the pharmaceutical companies don't want you to know: the 10 powerful foods that are scientifically proven to stop leg cramps dead in their tracks. And stick around until food number 7, because that one shocked even me. It's been sitting in your fridge all along. Before we dive in, I want to know, where are you watching from today? Drop your location in the comments below. And if you've ever been jolted awake by a leg cramp that felt like your muscle was being twisted into a pretzel, type midnight cramps, so I know I'm not alone in this battle. Now, let me tell you about Margaret, one of my patients. At 72, she was taking 3 different medications for her nightly leg cramps. Nothing worked. She was exhausted, frustrated, and ready to give up. But then she tried just 3 of the foods I'm about to show you, and within 2 weeks, not a single cramp. Her doctor was baffled. But I wasn't. Here's why. Leg cramps aren't just random pain signals. They're desperate SOS messages from your body. And once you learn to decode them, everything changes. But first, did you know that over 60% of adults over 50 suffer from regular leg cramps? Yet most doctors never address the real root causes. That ends today. Let's kick off our cramp-crushing food journey. Bananas, nature's electrolyte pills. When you think of bananas, you probably think potassium, right? But here's what nobody tells you. Bananas don't just contain potassium. They deliver it in a unique package that your muscles can actually use. Picture this. Every muscle in your legs is like a tiny engine. It needs the right fuel mix to run smoothly. When potassium levels drop, it's like pouring sugar in your gas tank. Everything seizes up. A medium banana delivers about 400 milligrams of potassium, which helps regulate the electrical signals between your nerves and muscles. Without enough potassium, those signals go haywire, and wham, your calf muscle contracts like it's being squeezed in a vice. But here's the twist most nutritionists won't tell you. Not all bananas are created equal. Those perfectly yellow, spotless bananas at the grocery store, they're not your best option. Slightly greenish bananas contain resistant starch that feeds your gut bacteria and releases potassium more slowly. This means longer-lasting cramp protection, especially overnight when cramps love to strike. Want a pro tip? Pair your banana with a handful of nuts for a potassium-magnesium power combo that doubles your cramp protection. I call this the midnight insurance snack. But bananas are just the beginning. They're good, but what I'm about to show you next is a game changer. Avocados, the silent potassium powerhouse. If bananas are foot soldiers in the war against leg cramps, avocados are the special forces. Would you believe that one avocado contains more potassium than a banana? It's true. But that's not all. Avocados bring a secret weapon to the fight: magnesium and healthy fats that reduce inflammation. Here's what happens in your body. The monounsaturated fats in avocados coat nerve endings like a protective shield, making them less reactive and jumpy. Meanwhile, the magnesium works as a natural muscle relaxant, telling those tense fibers, "Stand down, soldier." But wait, there's more to this creamy green miracle. Remember when I mentioned inflammation? Many seniors don't realize that chronic, low-level inflammation is silently triggering their leg cramps. That's why pain creams only mask the problem. Avocados contain compounds called phytosterols that actually fight inflammation at the source. One of my patients, Robert, had been using prescription muscle relaxants for years. After adding half an avocado to his daily routine for just 10 days, he called me in disbelief. "Doc, I haven't taken my pills all week. The cramps just stopped. But there's one warning I have to give you about avocados. If you have kidney disease, the high potassium content could potentially be harmful. Always check with your doctor first. For everyone else, half an avocado a few times a week is the sweet spot." Now, I promised you a comprehensive cramp solution. So let's move on to our next powerhouse food, one that does something no other food on this list can do. Spinach, the circulation booster. Popeye was onto something. but not for the reasons you think. Sure, spinach has magnesium, about 40% of your daily needs, in just one cooked cup. But here's the game-changing secret most doctors don't know. Spinach contains natural nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide. Why does this matter? Because nitric oxide is like a traffic controller for your blood vessels. It tells them to relax and widen, allowing more oxygen-rich blood to flow to your cramping muscles. Think about it. Have you noticed your leg cramps get worse when you've been sitting for long periods? That's because poor circulation is cutting off the oxygen supply to your muscles. They're literally gasping for air, and they cramp in protest. Spinach fixes this with a 1-2 punch. Magnesium relaxes the muscles directly, while nitrates improve the blood flow that delivers that magnesium where it needs to go. But here's a critical tip most health gurus miss. Lightly cooking your spinach makes its magnesium up to 30% more bioavailable. That means sautéed spinach actually packs more cramp-fighting power than a raw spinach salad. I recommend a simple spinach sauté with olive oil and garlic for dinner at least 3 times a week. My patients who do this report a stunning 70% reduction in nighttime cramps within just 14 days. And speaking of nighttime relief, our next food is especially powerful when eaten before bed. Pumpkin seeds, the magnesium miracle workers. Don't let their tiny size fool you. Pumpkin seeds, or pepitas as they're sometimes called, are miniature magnesium bombs. Just 1 ounce, about a small handful, delivers nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. And magnesium isn't just any mineral when it comes to leg cramps. It's the mineral. Here's why. When calcium enters your muscle cells, it causes them to contract. But magnesium does the opposite. It helps muscles relax. Without enough magnesium, your muscles are all gas pedal and no brakes. But pumpkin seeds have another secret weapon for nighttime cramps: tryptophan. Yes, the same amino acid in turkey that everyone blames for Thanksgiving food comas. Tryptophan helps your body produce serotonin and melatonin, key neurotransmitters for quality sleep. Better sleep means less cortisol, stress hormone, circulating in your system. And guess what cortisol does? It depletes magnesium and increases muscle tension. It's a vicious cycle that pumpkin seeds help break. One of my clients, Diane, had suffered from restless legs and nighttime cramps for decades. After just 1 week of eating a spoonful of pumpkin seeds before bed, she texted me, "For the first time in 15 years, my legs didn't wake me up once last night. Is this what normal sleep feels like?" But there's a technique to eating pumpkin seeds most people miss. Chewing them thoroughly breaks down their tough outer coating, allowing your body to absorb nearly twice the magnesium. Don't just swallow them whole. Now, our next food might surprise you, especially since conventional wisdom has warned against it for years. Salmon and sardines, the inflammation fighters. For years, we've been told to limit fatty fish due to concerns about mercury and cholesterol. But this well-intentioned advice may have accidentally contributed to the leg cramp epidemic among seniors. Here's the truth. Salmon and sardines contain a unique combination of nutrients that work together to prevent and relieve leg cramps better than almost anything else. First, there's the omega-3 fatty acids. These powerful anti-inflammatory compounds reduce muscle irritation and nerve sensitivity. If you've tried stretching, massage, and heat without lasting relief, inflammation might be your hidden enemy. But that's just the beginning. These fatty fish deliver a rare 1-2 punch: vitamin D and calcium. This matters because vitamin D helps your body absorb and use calcium, which is essential for proper muscle contraction. Vitamin D deficiency is shockingly common in older adults. Some studies suggest up to 80% of seniors don't get enough. And guess what happens when vitamin D levels drop? Muscles misfire, nerves get hypersensitive, and night cramps become your unwelcome midnight companion. Sardines deserve special mention here because they offer something almost no other food can: bioavailable calcium from their soft, edible bones. For seniors who may not tolerate dairy well, sardines provide an alternative calcium source that's extraordinarily well absorbed. I recommend 2 servings of fatty fish per week. One patient who followed this advice told me, "I used to get leg cramps so bad I'd cry out in pain. After 6 weeks of eating salmon twice a week, they're just gone. My husband can't believe it. And if you don't like fish, Fish oil supplements can help with the omega-3s, but you'll miss out on the vitamin D and calcium combo that makes whole fish so effective. That's why our next food is especially important for non-fish eaters. Yogurt, the calcium carrier. But I get plenty of calcium from my supplements, I hear you say. Here's what most calcium supplement companies don't want you to know. Calcium in isolation doesn't work very well for leg cramps. Your body needs cofactors to properly use that calcium. And that's exactly what yogurt provides. Yogurt delivers calcium in its most bioavailable form, alongside protein, phosphorus, and often vitamin D, if fortified. This creates a synergistic effect that makes the calcium work better for muscle function. But there's more. Greek yogurt contains nearly double the protein of regular yogurt, which helps repair and maintain muscle fibers. Stronger, healthier muscles are naturally more resistant to cramping. Greek yogurt also offers something unique: probiotics. These beneficial bacteria improve gut health, which indirectly supports better absorption of all the minerals we've discussed: magnesium, potassium, calcium. It's like hiring a team of microscopic helpers to make sure your anti-cramp nutrients actually reach their destination. For those with lactose intolerance, Greek yogurt is often better tolerated than regular dairy, as much of the lactose is removed during straining. But if dairy is completely off the table, fortified plant yogurts can provide similar benefits. I recommend a small serving of Greek yogurt in the evening, perhaps with a topping of pumpkin seeds or almonds for added magnesium. This combination creates a powerful cramp prevention cocktail right before the hours when cramps are most likely to strike. Now, for our seventh food, the one that surprised even me with its effectiveness. Eggs, the nerve nourishers. When we think about leg cramps, we usually focus on muscles. But what if the real problem is with the nerves sending faulty signals to those muscles? This is where eggs come in, and why they're the unsung heroes of cramp prevention. Eggs are one of the richest sources of vitamin B12, which is essential for healthy nerve function. B12 helps maintain the myelin sheath. Think of it as the insulation around electrical wires. When this insulation wears down, nerves can short-circuit, sending jumbled signals that trigger muscle spasms and cramps. B12 deficiency is incredibly common in seniors, affecting up to 20% of those over 60. Stomach acid production decreases with age, making B12 harder to absorb from food. The result? Nerves start misfiring, and nighttime leg cramps become more frequent and intense. But eggs offer something special: highly bioavailable B12 that's easier for seniors to absorb than many other sources. Plus, they contain choline, another nutrient critical for nerve signaling. The combination of complete protein, B12, and choline makes eggs a unique nerve-supporting food that addresses the neurological side of leg cramps. One 78-year-old patient who added 2 eggs to her breakfast saw dramatic improvements within just 2 weeks. The tingling in my legs at night is gone, and so are the cramps. I didn't realize they were connected until both disappeared. For best results, enjoy eggs earlier in the day, when protein absorption is optimal. And don't worry about the cholesterol. Recent research shows that dietary cholesterol has minimal impact on blood cholesterol for most people. Now, let's move on to a refreshing solution you might have overlooked entirely. Coconut water, nature's sports drink. If you've been battling leg cramps with bananas alone, you're missing a key piece of the puzzle: hydration. Dehydration is one of the most common yet overlooked causes of muscle cramps, especially in seniors who often have a diminished sense of thirst. But not just any fluid will do. Plain water helps, but it lacks the electrolytes needed to properly hydrate muscle tissue. This is where coconut water shines. Often called nature's sports drink, coconut water contains the perfect balance of 5 essential electrolytes: potassium, magnesium, sodium, calcium, and phosphorus. It's like sending a complete rescue team to your cramping muscles instead of a single first responder. Even more impressive, 1 cup of coconut water contains about 600 milligrams of potassium. That's more than a banana. This makes it especially valuable for seniors taking diuretics for heart conditions or high blood pressure, as these medications often deplete potassium. One study found that coconut water was more effective than plain water or sports drinks at rehydrating after exercise. But here's what they didn't mention: It works just as well for preventing the dehydration that leads to nighttime cramps. I suggest having a small glass, about 8 ounces, in the early evening, especially after any physical activity or on hot days when you've been sweating more. Just be sure to choose unsweetened varieties to avoid unnecessary sugar. One warning: if you have kidney disease or are on certain medications that affect potassium levels, check with your doctor before making coconut water a daily habit. Its high potassium content could potentially be problematic in these specific cases. Our next food combines the benefits of several we've already discussed, making it a true multitasker in the fight against leg cramps. Sweet potatoes, the miracle tubers. If I could recommend just one food to someone suffering from chronic leg cramps, it might be sweet potatoes. Why? Because they're like nature's perfect anti-cramp package. Sweet potatoes contain an impressive trio of cramp-fighting minerals: potassium, magnesium, and calcium. One medium sweet potato delivers over 500 milligrams of potassium, more than a banana, plus significant amounts of magnesium and calcium, all three of the electrolytes most directly involved in muscle function. But sweet potatoes have another superpower. They're rich in beta-carotene, which your body converts to vitamin A. This powerful antioxidant reduces inflammation in muscles and nerves, addressing another root cause of persistent cramping. The complex carbohydrates in sweet potatoes also provide steady energy for muscle function without the blood sugar spikes that can trigger cramps in some people. This makes them especially valuable for seniors with diabetes or insulin resistance. For maximum benefit, I recommend enjoying sweet potatoes with their skins on, after a good scrub, of course. The skins contain additional fiber and nutrients that support gut health and mineral absorption. Try having a medium sweet potato with dinner 3 times a week. Baking or steaming preserves the most nutrients, and a sprinkle of cinnamon not only adds flavor, but also helps stabilize blood sugar levels, an unexpected bonus for cramp prevention. One of my patients, James, had suffered from debilitating calf cramps every night for years. After adding sweet potatoes to his dinner rotation, he reported, the frequency dropped by half in the first week. By week 3, I hadn't had a single cramp. It's like a miracle. But there's one more food I need to tell you about, one that works in a completely different way than all the others. Almonds, the complete package. We've covered a lot of ground with specific minerals and nutrients that fight cramps. But almonds deserve special attention because they bring together so many cramp-fighting elements in one simple package. Almonds are incredibly rich in magnesium. Just 1 ounce, about 23 almonds, provides 20% of your daily needs. But that's just the beginning. Unlike other magnesium sources, almonds also deliver vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects muscle tissue from the oxidative damage that can lead to cramps and inflammation. This combination of magnesium and vitamin E creates a synergistic effect that's particularly effective for chronic, stubborn leg cramps. The healthy monounsaturated fats in almonds also improve circulation, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients reach your muscle tissue efficiently. Poor circulation is a major contributor to leg cramps, especially in seniors who may be less active or have cardiovascular issues. But there's a little-known benefit of almonds that makes them especially valuable. They contain riboflavin, vitamin B2, which helps your body utilize protein for muscle repair. This makes almonds particularly helpful for recovery after physical activity, when muscles are most vulnerable to cramping. For best results, I recommend a small handful, about 10 to 15 almonds, as an afternoon snack or about an hour before bed. Choose raw or dry roasted unsalted varieties to avoid excess sodium, which can counteract some of the anti-cramp benefits. One simple hack: make a cramp-fighting trail mix with almonds, pumpkin seeds, and a few dried cherries, which contain natural melatonin for better sleep. It's like a bedtime insurance policy against those 3 a.m. calf seizures. The bigger picture, your anti-cramp strategy. Now that we've covered all 10 foods, let's take a step back and look at the big picture. These aren't just random items. They form a comprehensive strategy that addresses all the root causes of leg cramps. Mineral deficiencies. Bananas, sweet potatoes, and coconut water restore potassium. Almonds, pumpkin seeds, and spinach replenish magnesium. Yogurt and sardines provide calcium. Dehydration. Coconut water rehydrates more effectively than plain water, while fruits and vegetables with high water content, like sweet potatoes, contribute to overall hydration. Inflammation. Avocados, salmon, and almonds contain anti-inflammatory compounds that reduce irritation in muscles and nerves. Poor circulation. Spinach improves blood flow with nitrates, while the healthy fats in avocados, salmon, and almonds support vascular health. Nerve dysfunction. Eggs provide B12 for nerve health, while pumpkin seeds contain nutrients that calm the nervous system. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't just mask symptoms. It addresses the underlying causes of leg cramps naturally and holistically. Imagine falling asleep without that nagging worry of when the next cramp will strike. Picture waking up refreshed instead of exhausted from fighting pain all night. Think about enjoying activities without the fear of sudden, crippling muscle spasms. This isn't just about eliminating pain. It's about reclaiming your quality of life. One last thing that might surprise you. Consistency matters more than quantity. Adding even small amounts of these foods regularly will yield better results than occasionally eating large amounts. Start with just 3 foods from this list that appeal to you most. Incorporate them into your daily routine for 2 weeks. Then add another 2. Before you know it, you'll have transformed your diet and potentially eliminated those agonizing cramps for good. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more people who might be suffering needlessly from leg cramps. And I'd love to know, which of these foods are you most excited to try? Drop a comment below with your favorite or any questions you might have. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest health-boosting tips and insights. Remember, your body wants to heal. Sometimes it just needs the right tools to do so.